Canadian colleges are the biggest legal scam that we don't talk about. Think about it. You pay over $30,000 a year just to be taught by part-timers who read off PowerPoints that are over 5 years old, all the while juggling 2 jobs just to survive, only so that you can be replaced by AI when you step out. My name is Nikhil and I spent 2 years studying television broadcasting at Senica College in the hopes that I could either work in production, television or digital marketing. But none of that ended up happening, and here's how I got played. Let me tell you about why I wanted to study abroad in the first place. Now, as someone who grew up in the UAE, I was in a very unique position, right? Like, I couldn't exactly get a citizenship here, but both my parents worked so hard that there was no real family business that I could really inherit or get any of my ideas funded by them or anyone externally. Now, like many others, I believe that an upgraded immigration status with a PR or a foreign passport would really boost my stock value in the UAE's job market. And that would make a lot of sense if I was to ever come back to the UAE and job hunt and get myself in one of those positions that I really wanted. Now, I did a diploma in television and broadcasting from Seneca College, and it seemingly, on the outset, covered areas that I was interested in. And on paper, it actually seemed to be a collegiate version of what I was already doing in Dubai as a freelancer. Because what I realized was that the industry is really and by extension, so was the job market. Now, I won't lie, like some of our professors had real industry experience, but experience isn't the same as relevance in 2023 or 2024 when we graduated. Now, most of these professors were trained in traditional TV formats and not digital first workflows like it was needed in 2023. There was zero preparation on personal branding, client acquisition, rate negotiation, building a freelance funnel, and we spent months on lighting theory for sitcom and newsroom and broadcast setups, but nobody taught us how to leverage learning materials for relevant portfolios and how to actually start landing paying gigs if we were to go out on our own. TV and film roles in Canada were already dominated by union veterans who've been there for 10 to 20 years. Now, just getting these entry roles are a nightmare in itself, because not only are you paid scraps, but in a lot of cases you do need to be a part of a union. Like, let's get real. Colleges sell you a dream, but what you actually get is an overpriced group project with some fluorescent lighting, professors who are stuck in the 90s, and a graduation ceremony for some reason that actually costs you more money. Now, what they really didn't give you was, a structured learning environment. Like, we spent 3 months on theory that we could have actually learned from YouTube and learned to apply it. I mean, better yet, we could have actually paid far less money to join paid communities where we could have got way more personalized attention and a cohort of people who are doing something relevant that you can turn to if you ever need some extra motivation or guidance. Like, that peer-to-peer support was far better. Next was offering industry exposure. They thought one field trip to a studio would change our lives. I mean, at least open portals to do some kind of voluntary work so that we could get access to some of these opportunities, right? Like, maybe that could just include time on sets or other freelance gigs. You learn theory, but you don't learn application. Like, nobody teaches you what negotiating your rates look like. Nobody teaches you about retaining clients or how to pitch, or even the basic of how to send a right invoice. Like, you graduate with this showreel full of fake projects only to be unemployed and doing unpaid work right after. Whoop-de-do. How is that helpful? Also, nobody tells these guys that when you get out into the field in 2023, you're not going to be packing Arri Sky panels, FX6s or Manfrotto tripods. You're mostly just going to have a very low-end gimbal, a basic camera, minimal lenses and a few lights. If you're lucky, you need to learn how to leverage the tools that you already have easily accessible to you and maximize it to the best that you can in a way that's relevant in today's creative economy. And no, this diploma taught me absolutely nothing about that. The other lie that they tell you is that they help you build a career path. Like, ooh, look, our curriculum is like designed to help you discover your strengths, develop your skills, and map a fulfilling career path. No, bro, they capping. There's no customization. You just follow the same stupid 10-year-old template along with 200 other students who are just as clueless and have no idea how unhelpful any of this material is. And also, there's absolutely no exposure to careers that are actually built today through content, through visibility, through personal branding, or even just going out on your own as an effective freelancer. The fact of the matter is, I wasn't shown a path. I was just shoved into a queue and told to wait my turn for jobs that don't even exist anymore. The reality is that careers today aren't built through a college degree. They're built through you making content that shows your range of thinking. They're built through you networking with people who trust your ability and you taking the extra effort to augment your presence by building a personal brand. Now, with that being said, here's what actually helped me level up. Not college, but actually a community built around results. So I joined the financially free Filmmaker Community, or FFF as they call it, which is actually a mentorship driven space where people get real guidance from people actually doing in the work. I'm talking about one-on-one feedback, access to clients and industry connections, along with a lot of good peer-to-peer support because everyone else is doing something extremely similar and you can always lean on them. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to college, but there's something wrong about going into college blind like I did. Now, if you're considering going to a college to attend some sort of course, especially in media, arts or filmmaking, don't just look at the curriculum, look at the alternate features, look at does it offer real world application? Are they teaching you how to think or are they teaching you just to follow? Are they teaching you just the craft or are they teaching you how to monetize it? The truth is that if you're anything like me or if you feel like you might have an experience similar to what I could, you might just find way more value in a $2,000 mentorship than a $20,000 diploma. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, this feels extremely risky because how do you tell the people who are true from the con artists? But the bigger risk here is, do you really want to spend years of your life chasing credibility that doesn't convert? No, right? So obviously do your due diligence, audit the outcomes, and don't get brainwashed into thinking that traditional collegiate education is your only ticket, because the people winning today didn't wait for a degree to get started. Thank you for listening to my 2 cents and make sure you subscribe.